All right, awesome. We're recording now. So we're just gonna go through what Melsoft Academy is all about so that you don't think this is a scam. So some people think we're a scam because they're like, what school do you know gives you guaranteed jobs? That sounds like a scam. Like that's good because then that means that the offer is really good, right? So today we're going to talk about our mission, the company background, our team, and how the whole bootcamp works. Then the course curriculum, we'll discuss it in more detail. The career opportunities that you get out of this bootcamp. Then we'll also just go through our learning platform in brief, and we'll take all questions that are out there. Any questions, please feel free to ask. Please feel free to raise your hand during the the presentation so that we don't have to go back. So you can raise your hand during, or if you want to ask your questions after, everything is all up to you. And Loris, please do me a small favor since I'll be presenting. If someone does raise their hand, please just let me know who has raised their hand. All right. So, what is our mission? So, we have this big mission to reduce youth unemployment to 0%. And the reason is because we have found two massive problems in South Africa and in Africa. In the world, not yet, but mostly in Africa. There is a very high rate of youth unemployment. And that's because degrees are worthless today. That's just the truth. Most degrees today are extremely worthless. They don't guarantee you anything. Like you spend 4 years learning, and it's not guaranteed that you get a job after. So many people, especially our youths, are unemployed or they are working jobs they hate. But then on the other side, there is a global tech skills shortage. Software developers are amongst the most in demand professionals on the entire planet. It doesn't matter if it's South Africa, United States, Canada, Australia, wherever you go, you will see that software developers are in demand. And the gap is increasing because every day there's new technology that comes out and not enough people to man that demand. So we have positioned ourselves as the solution where we train you, these youth unemployed people or employed but not enjoying their job, or they think they should be doing something else. We equip you with the relevant skills that you need. We give you the experience that you need to work in the industry through Melsoft, and then we open those opportunities to you to get that job that you want. Or if you want to start your own business, or you want to become a freelancer, working from the beach in Thailand, that's all up to you, right? We help you get there because it's very possible. This profession, you don't have to have a 9 to 5 where you have to come into the office every day. You can work from anywhere and work on your own hours basically. So we help you get there. So that is our mission. That is why this whole thing was started. And yeah, moving on. How's our company background? So the company was founded in 2018 in college. So I was doing my final year, and I went to university because my dad said I must go to university. My dad is a great man, but he'd said I must go to university, right? Because also I was 18. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. So I just went, studied supply chain management, and I found it too easy. I would spend most of my time, just like most college students, I would spend the majority of my time with my friends, drinking with my friends, and only get to work the last 2 weeks before the exam. That's the only time that I used to work. So I wasn't challenged by it. And I've always been a techie. I've always been someone who loves computers, someone who loves to play around with computers. So in college, I started Melsoft. Initially, we started off as graphic design, just doing logos. company profiles, presentations, and all these things. Then I fell in love with coding. I fell in love with, initially it was HTML. I saw my brother do it. I was like, this is actually cool. Let me do it too. Then we transitioned to become a software development company. And initially it was just a college thing, but we had 2, 3, 4, 5 clients that were paying us, and then we're like, okay, fine, let's actually do it as a full-time business. So we started doing it as a full-time business. In 2020, that's when we started winning our first awards as a software company. We've won awards from Clutch, we've won awards from the Manifest, Good Firms. We've actually won too many awards that these days when we win an award, it's like, oh, but they're not paying us for this award, so it's fine. It's not that deep, right? And the team has also increased. We have a lot more team members. We have about 12 members now. But the majority of the team members work on freelance roles. They don't want a 9 to 5, which is, yeah, they do what they want. Guys, I'm telling you, if you become a software engineer, you get to the point where you work on your terms, because it's like, imagine Eskom, a company like Eskom. Eskom will say to you guys, please pay electricity, buy electricity. Then after you buy electricity, they'll tell you for the next 2 weeks, you only get electricity for 12 hours a day. They have that power because there's only Eskom. So as a software engineer, you get to command something like that. You get to the point where you're like, I only want to work as a freelancer, or I only want to work on my own business, that sort of thing. And in 2021, we scaled globally. So we have launched Melsoft UK and Melsoft Zimbabwe. And we also launched, or in 2022, we have launched now Melsoft USA, because Loris will be moving to the USA permanently in August. So that will open a lot of opportunities in the UK for our students. I mean, in the US for our students, because the demand for software developers in the United States is even greater than here in South Africa. And we're also fully remote. So we do have office space. Like today, we decided to go into the office, but our company is fully remote because no one wants to go into an office anymore, unfortunately. So we are fully remote, but yeah, we will be having a sort of a hybrid setup where you guys can also come through to the office when you're working on your projects. So you have your mentors with you, right? And in 2022, that's when we launched Melsoft Academy. That's when we were fed up with the fact that we actually have to outsource a lot of our engineering to India or to Pakistan. And why can't our own people do it? Why can't Tinswalo or Dora learn these skills? Because if you can learn something as hard as engineering, then for sure you can learn coding. It's not that difficult. So that's when we launched it. And yeah, are there any questions? Any questions so far with regards to our background?
Sorry, can I ask?
Yes.
Oops, I didn't raise my hand. Sorry. um, I just want to know if you guys are you certified or are you looking to get certified as an institution?
Yeah, so in terms of certification, we are working on MICT CETA accreditation. And what they have told us is that they will certify us, right, 100%, but they want our curriculum to be in line with their curriculum. So that's where we're having a bit of a challenge, because our courses, we're teaching stuff like ChatGPT, which came out 2 months ago, and they don't have that. So we're gonna get certified, but we're still trying to find out what's the best way we can merge their stuff with our stuff.
Okay, I totally understand. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. All right. Okay, guys, please feel free to ask questions. Any questions that you may have. So that's our background. And in terms of our team, you've already met Loris and myself, Larry. We're the co-founders of the academy. But In the team, we also have a ton of software engineers, well, a number of software engineers, seniors mostly. We have graphic designers, quality assurance testers, and project managers. And what we are very proud of is that our team is a young team at an average age of 25. So the oldest person on our team is our 34-year-old accountant, Josh. But the youngest person that we have on our team is 19. So we are very passionate about the youth, about working with the youth, because technology needs people that are always learning, that are always exposed to the new trends, and there's no one better than the youth. I remember when I was still a child, or not a child, but maybe 11, 12, 13, my mom would come to me with her phone and be like, help me with my phone. So that's just how you know youth are the best people to work with in terms of technology, because they are at the forefront. So that's just a little bit more about our team. And how does the program work? So it's very simple. You spend the first 6 months with us learning, and learning is a combination of text. It's actually 75% of the material is in text. The reason why it's more text than video is because when you are in this industry, you spend more time reading other people's code than you do watching a video, because yeah, documentation is text. So the majority of the course is in text, which is documentation. But during these 6 months, most of your time is spent inside a code editor. You don't spend it reading stuff or watching videos. So you learn by building. It's going to get uncomfortable. I promise you that. It's going to get uncomfortable. It's going to get confusing sometimes. You don't know what the next step is. And there's this big thing in this industry called imposter syndrome, where you feel like, I don't know anything. I don't know anything. But don't be dismayed. Don't be discouraged. It is part of the learning curve to be confused and to doubt yourself. So you will spend a lot of your time inside the code editor building small websites, small apps, and getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. After you have learned and you have completed the boot camp. So just another caveat on the learning section is that the curriculum is divided into levels. We'll touch on that just after here, right? And at the end of every level, you have what we call a capstone project, which is basically an app or a website that you need to build specifically based on what you've just learned. So on these capstone projects, that's when if you submit your project, you get a score, you get a grading, and then based on that grading, that's how you pass or fail this bootcamp. There are no exams. You have to just build things, make sure that your code is industry standard, it's well commented, it's well documented, it's refactored, and if you can get that stuff and you get it into your system to learn how to write code that other people can also read, then you're already pushing, right? And the pass mark for this bootcamp is 75%. And the reason why it's high is that we don't want to make it easy. We want to get to a point where if someone has a Melsoft Academy certificate, it's like someone who has a Harvard certificate. You know that they have a Harvard certificate, so they worked hard for it. It's the same with Melsoft Academy. It's a certificate that you get through a lot of sweat and a lot of stress, but ultimately the reward is just beyond your wildest imaginations. So after you've done learning, if you've made it, hopefully you have, and I do believe that you will make it as long as you don't give up, guys. It's all about just not giving up and showing up every single day. We will invite you to a 3 to 6 month internship at Melsoft, gaining real work experience. And it's a paid internship. So some of them will be like a monthly stipend. Some of them will be on a per project basis, just depending on your flexibility, because some people have 9 to 5s that they can't take another internship, right? So just based on your flexibility, we'll get you in an internship for 3 to 6 months working with our clients. So we have clients like Sony, Forbes, UJ, EWCTA. We have a lot of clients in the corporate space. So you will come and sit on these projects and build things and add that to your CV. Then after the internship or during the internship, we will be working on your LinkedIn profile. We're working on your technical interview skills. We're working on your CV so that you get that full-time job where you earn an average of 360 CTC per year, which is the average salary for a junior developer in South Africa. So if you want to expand your wings, maybe you want to try apply for remote roles in the US, we will assist. Although we do suggest you first have some experience under your belt before you try to apply overseas because the competition is more intense there. So this is just a brief background or brief description of how it works. Any questions there? No questions. Good. So I'm a good explainer then. If there are no questions. Okay. And how do you learn? So you start by reading and watching videos of new concepts. For example, in level 1, you're learning HTML and CSS. Or for those that have learned this, you're just going through the materials. Then during these materials, there are quizzes at the end of or during a section. So you'll just have a quiz here and there just to catch you if you've been skipping the lessons, right? Then at the end, you have your individual projects and your coding challenges, which are just small little things that you just build to just get yourself used to the technology. And every week we hold live weekly meetings like this. So the reason why we don't do daily meetings is we want to make this bootcamp flexible for people. We don't want it's not one of those strict 9 to 5. Everyone must be on their computer bootcamps. It's more flexible. So we hold weekly meetings and then we record the meetings in case others have left it, right? Then at the end of a section is where you need to do your individual or group capstone projects. So the group capstone projects, we put you in pairs, Tinswalo with Janine, Akona with Dora, for example. And you have to do a project as a group. You will learn a lot from each other in the process. And you also get to meet people and make lifelong friends during the process. So it's a win-win for everyone. There are people that have let others down by not doing group work who will catch you. Will catch you. And yeah, that's step 5. Then once you're done with your project, you send it through, you upload it to your GitHub repository. You'll get access to on how to do that. Upload it on Git. We look at it, we send you areas for improvement, you improve it. So the reason why you don't just do a project and then you don't improve it. So we want you to do it, then improve it, so that when you have a mentor, or I mean a recruiter who's looking at your GitHub profile later on, they are seeing the polished version of your code on your portfolio, not the unpolished one. So it's very important when you get feedback to go and work on that and not just skip to the next section, because yeah, you need to make sure that it's looking spectacular, because we want you guys to get hired at the end, especially for those that are looking for jobs. So any questions on this section? Jared said, do we have to upload the projects on both Git and GitHub, or can it be just one of them? It's almost the same thing, Git and GitHub, right? So you use Git to manipulate the thing, but then the live thing must be on GitHub. So you will learn how to use Git from your command line, and then you also learn how to push the stuff on GitHub, because GitHub is where we can just download your code, then we can see it here. So you need both skills, Git and GitHub. Saj.
Yes, just one question regarding the rating for our projects and stuff. Would our final rating be after our improvements or before?
So the final rating is after the improvements.
Okay.
That's a really good question. Really great question there. Yeah. So the final rating is after, so we reward you for fixing your errors.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Teboho.
I just wanted to ask, will we be also like deploying our project so that we can have like real applications so that our recruiters can see the things that we've built during the course?
Yes, 100%. So for your static web pages, you have GitHub pages where you can deploy and actually have a live URL where someone can see it. And then for more custom projects, we'll have stuff like Netlify where you can deploy, or if you want to actually deploy on a real domain, which is recommended, then we'll just show you how to do that and deploy it on a real domain. So yeah, great question.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. All right. Am I missing any hands? No. Okay, cool. Moving on to the curriculum. So the steps are 10, but just to put it in detail or in brief, it's really 6 things. The 6 things that you need in an app. So firstly, it's the fundamentals, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. These are the bare fundamentals of web pages. Very, very simple, very easy. It's like English, right? Very simple. So that's HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. You learn how to build static websites. You learn a CSS framework called Bootstrap, which I absolutely love. So at the end of this section, the first section, you should be able to build websites that work, right? Let me just show you an example of one of the projects that you need to work on for the Bootstrap. Let me just say, please just give me 1 minute. So you will make a lot of progress. You'll start by building really ugly things, which is what we all start, because it's just plain HTML, CSS, and Bootstrap. But at the end of your Bootstrap section, you should be able to build a website that looks like this. So let me share this tab. This is an actual project that you will learn how to build. This is for a real life company called Notable Sock, where they sell socks. It's an e-commerce landing page. So you'll learn how to build a header like this, a hero section like this, learn how to build wonderful styles, right? So you can, I don't know if you can tell, but this is actually from a speaker thing that now turned into a sock thing. Everything will make sense when you do it, right? So this is the kind of projects that you will learn to build at the end of this Bootstrap section, where you can feel confident to offer your services as a freelance developer to your students. I mean, to your clients. So that's the first step. Then after that, you move on to React, which is different from Bootstrap. but it's still just used on the front end to build your components. Very, very simple, very easy stuff. Once you grasp JavaScript, grasping React is simpler. Like if you know Ndebele, then you can speak Zulu kind of thing. Then you move on to your backend with Node.js. So whatever app that you build, you obviously want to have a backend. You want a server, right? So you learn how to do that using Node. Then you move on to your databases because you want to store your data. You want to create, read, update, delete data. So you learn how to do those NoSQL and MySQL commands. Very simple. Everything is easy, guys. I'm telling you. It's just that it's a lot of information at once, so that sometimes it's overwhelming, but it's very easy. Then you also have APIs, which are ways how to communicate with other applications. For example, you want to do a MailChimp newsletter sign up form. So you need to learn how to read APIs, how to connect your APIs with other people's APIs, or how to create your own APIs from scratch where people can come and build apps that communicate with your app. You also learn stuff like how to create your own AI bot, your own ChatGPT bot, where you can create a React front, then hook it up with the ChatGPT API. That's one of the capstone projects. It's one of my favorite projects. And yeah, you'll learn a lot. It'll get overwhelming, but the key is to not give up. That's all. Just show up every day. And then after that, when you're done, it's mostly building your portfolio projects and preparing yourself for that technical interview. And in that step also you get assimilated into the agency. And for some people, I can already tell some people don't even need our assistance in getting the job. Some people already have great networks. They just need the skills. So it all depends on yourself and your background and what you're into. So yeah, any questions here? Okay, no questions yet. Okay, almost done, guys. So there is a book from James Clear called Atomic Habits. I don't know if you guys have read it, but it just speaks about being 1% better every day. So if you can just improve yourself by 1% every day, just 1%, you end up 37 times better by the end of the year. So consistency is crucial when you're learning how to code. Don't do a situation where you're like, I will only learn on the weekends. I'll cram everything on the weekends. Then during the week, I don't learn anything. It's much better for you to just learn one concept every day than for you to try to cram everything at once. It's like going to the gym. It's much better for you to go to the gym every day at 5 a.m. or at 5 p.m. than for you to do 1 8-hour session on Saturday. All right, so just a little tip there. So what are the career opportunities, right? So on the left, we have the potential job roles that you can land at the end of this program. So this program, what it is like, for some people, it's the only program that they need. For others, it is a step towards another path that they want to take. So for those that want to become web or mobile app developers, this is the only step that you need. You take this course, then you have the skills. You can land one of those two jobs. Right? It's very simple. But if you want to become a data scientist, this is just a stepping stone. If you learn your JavaScript, because you can write apps in using JavaScript for data science, although I do recommend Python for that. So maybe this course is just something that you take and then you go and upskill your Python, your NumPy, and your Panda and all the other things that you need for data science. if you want to become a blockchain developer, this is one great place to start, because once you master your JavaScript, becoming a Web3 developer, it's now another step that you need to take, which is another field that is completely untapped. There are no blockchain developers. It's just a mess, the state of that ecosystem right now. Then if you want to become a UI UX designer, this course will just teach you the fundamentals of programming, the how to build things, how to build custom apps. But maybe you don't want to deal with the actual code. You just want to design things on Figma. So this is another step that you can take. And in case you just want to be an IT consultant, where people and businesses come and pay you money to just talk, right? Just talk, just give them insight. This is another great step that you can take. So by learning to code, you're not just limiting yourself to getting a job as a developer. There are so many other roles like project manager, product manager. There's a ton of other roles that we didn't include because someone thought it's smarter to put that picture than to put more roles. I don't know who designed this, but it's fine. On the right, we have other pathways, right? So you can become a startup founder by just knowing how to code, by knowing the back end and how everything works. You can either build your own app or you can hire someone to build your own app. And then when you hire someone to do your app, they can't take you for a ride because you know what they're talking about, right? So it's good to have technical knowledge if you want to become a startup founder in the near future. You can also become a freelancer. You don't have to get a 9 to 5. There are platforms like Upwork, freelancer.com, Fiverr, where you can just list yourself as a web designer, and you get clients from all over the world trying to reach out to you, especially on Upwork. If you manage to become a top rated or a top rated plus talent, then you can work as a freelancer anywhere in the world with companies from everywhere in the world. That's another pathway you can take. You can also become a mentor or a coach, somewhat like myself, where you teach others how to get into the industry and you mentor others how to get their skills up. All right. Or you can become a content creator. There's this girl called Black Girl Coder on TikTok. She has made a career of being a tech influencer. There's also someone like Sam, who's also made a career just being an influencer, just creating content on technology. So that could be you. Or you can just become a plugin developer where you just build other apps that communicate with other apps, basically, and you sell that off. So not everyone has to become a developer. There are so many different pathways depending on your skills, depending on your interests. So you'll see that once you're taking this course, that individual mentorship will come into play where you're like, I like this, I like that, I like this. Then we model your career towards what you're interested in the most. It doesn't have to be like university where everyone has to write the same exam, pass the same exam, and then compete for the same job. That's what we're trying to fight. All right. Any questions on this one? All right. No questions. So the last section is on our learning platform. So we've created a learning platform that's available on web and Android. It's not yet available on iOS, but we're currently working on deploying this to Apple. They do have their own sets of rules that they need. So our learning platform has all the online lessons, the quizzes, and the coding that you need to do. But we will recommend that you write your code in VS Code, right? So yeah, that's pretty much straightforward. We also have social networking features. We thought it's really cool to add those where you can just message your mentors or message your your fellow learners on one platform and not have to mix with WhatsApp or Telegram or Discord. And we are very big on flexible learning because not everyone has the same schedule. So we try to make sure that everyone is accommodated, but you will have a certain time frame to finish something. You will have like a week to finish something. So, but then the actual hours that you do that is all up to you. Everything is very flexible and it's self-paced in a way. So that's how the learning platform works. And now it's time for the questions and answers that you guys have. Please feel free to abuse that comment box and ask as many questions as you may have. If there are any questions. Yes, Bradley.
Okay, my question is not actually related to tech, but about the t-shirts you guys have. I'm looking to get one also. I was wondering how.
Oh, okay. So I did a video about these t-shirts. I was like, you have to sweat for this badge. It was a funny little TikTok that I made. But yeah, sure. Why not? I think it's good that we can do that for you guys. Loris, what do you think?
Okay. I'll give you a small challenge for you to earn because we're very work based here. I'm saying if you can manage 200 LinkedIn followers in your first 2 weeks with Melsoft, I will send you a t-shirt personally. How about that?
Okay, challenge accepted. I'm up for it.
Okay. Awesome. Dora, how many mentors are there? So we have 4 mentors. We have myself. I am doing the HTML, the CSS, the JavaScript. Then you have someone who will take you for the React. Then someone else will take you for the Node. And then Loris is like a TA. So all your first questions go to Loris. And then if Loris can't answer them, they come to me. And if I can't answer them, then we go to ChatGPT or Google until we fix it. So yeah. Hands. Do we have hands? Akona.
All right, guys. You guys mentioned that every day there is something to do that you want someone to finish. I mean, there's exercises that needs to be done, needs to be completed in a week. Now, since the course started in the middle, I'll say in the middle of the month, there's going to be holidays coming up, and I am supposed to go to the Eastern Cape in June. Now, I know very well that there's no connection there in terms of network. So, do you guys cater for cases like that?
All right. So there are two different groups, right? There are people that are on the full time, then we have the guys that are on part time. So for those that are on part time, then they are more flexible. My apologies. Seems like I was on mute. Common mistake that we all make, but it's fine. So I was saying we have two different groups of people, right? We have people that are taking it part-time and there are people that are taking it full-time. For part-timers, it's more acceptable to not be on time because at the end of the day, the whole concept of part-time is it's self-paced. You do it at your own pace and you finish it. You have to finish it in 12 months, basically. So if you're part-time, then it's completely fine. But if you're full-time, unfortunately, there can be no excuses because you have to finish within 6 months. And yeah, there's going to be holidays and there's going to be personal emergencies and stuff like that. We do understand, but we will rather have you complete the assignments that you have before you go on holiday because we don't want a case where the other students have to now stop and wait for you to catch up because you're moving in a group. So yeah. All right. Teboho.
You mentioned freelancing gigs, I think, in our last call. So I wanted to know more on that and what are the requirements from us as the student.
All right. So for freelancing gigs, they are open for students once they've completed the bootstrap section of the course. Because at least after bootstrap, you can build a website. At least you can build a website that can go to live, that can be used by a real company. So once you finish that section, that becomes wide open. And the another way that we work is that some of these freelance gigs, right, like what Ivo is doing, he found a client for himself, someone who wants a church website. So instead of just making him do a freelance gig, that freelance gig becomes a part of your capstone project, right? So you get to actually work with a real client, because that's another skill on its own, to deal with a client, to deal with someone who's paying you money to build something for them. So that section for freelance gigs is 100% open once you finish the bootstrap section, and we need you guys on that one. We really do need as many people as we possibly can get on that one. All right. Teboho, seem answered. Saj, when does level 1 of the course become available? It will become available immediately after this call. It will be available for everyone to start working on. And then we'll just add some deadlines to it as well.
Thank you.
All right. Awesome. Any other questions? There's no such thing as a silly question. Okay. Loris, do you have anything that you want to say?
Yes. So I just wanted to let everyone know that we're going to also make a group on our platform. That's April Cohort, the April Cohort group. And in that group, that's where you're going to be finding most of the overarching communications. So, for example, these deadlines that have been spoken about, these freelance gigs that come every once in a while. And so after this, we're just going to make that group and just be sure to see that. And also, whenever you log in, just look at the activity feeds, because we just want you to always be up to date with what's happening with the community. So, yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that. And also, if you guys have any features that you want, since we are software engineers, this is what we do. So if you are working on the learning platform and you have any features that you want to be built for you, just let us know and we'll log them on our Trello and we'll start working on those features. Currently, we have a feature request for voice notes in the messaging. Then we also have a feature request for an AI bot. That was like, fine, we'll work on it. But yeah, if you have got any features that you want on the platform, just let us know and we'll build them out for you. Okay, so anyone else with anything to say? Anything, any comments? Just a comment. Does it have to be a question? Tinswalo, are you good?
Yeah, I'm good for now until the work starts. Then I'll probably have more questions.
Okay. All right. That's awesome. Janine, are you there?
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay. Yes, Akona.
Just to go back to the question that one of our of the students asked, man, regarding the accreditation, man. What is your timeline there in completing that accreditation for Melsoft?
So the company that's assisting us have told us that it's guaranteed to be done in 90 days. So that's the timeline that we currently have, guaranteed to be done in 90 days. So yeah, we need that accreditation as well to be able to offer the bootcamp at a much more accessible fee, and for the deferred to take on a lot more deferred students as well. So for us it is code red. It is the one thing that we need to work on, but it's out of our hands because government has to do what government does. So yeah. All right. Jared, if we finished our level and waiting for the next one to be open, will there be little activities to keep us on our toes? Then can be posted on activities. Yes, there will. Yes, there will. So you will see that at the end of the level, you'll have two things. You'll have your individual and your capstone and your group capstone. If you can finish them on time and you submit, then you get that feedback and you also finish that feedback well beyond time, then yeah, you're always welcome to start auditing. Now, we wouldn't open the next section because then that will affect the leaderboard, but we will just give you more material to keep you busy or more projects to keep you busy. But currently, we haven't had anyone who has done that yet. So yeah, we hope that you'll be the first. Loris.
And also just to add on that leaderboard comment, I think you forgot to mention how that works exactly. But if you already have access to the platform, you'll find that there's a part where it's written, we're supposed to update that it's written March leaderboard as of now, but we're going to make it April leaderboard. And so what happens is each and every single month, the student who ends the month on top of that leaderboard basically gets a 500 Rand take a lot gift voucher. So that's some incentive for people to just work a bit harder, for people to just go through their work. So I hope that one of you guys will win it, because now you're competing with the people who are in the other cohorts as well. So best wishes to April.
Good one. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me on the leaderboard. Good catch. Theodora.
Well, in concert with keeping up with and the program, what can possibly make one be changed off the program?
Sorry, may you please repeat?
I was asking if it's possible for one to be chased out of the program, and what are the
Okay, so we have that feature where you can report a user if someone is abusing you, or if someone is not being nice to be around. Maybe they're rude and they're using swear words. Yeah, we don't tolerate that because this is supposed to be fun. We're supposed to make this fun because it's very difficult already. So if you become difficult and you're swearing at people and you're just not being nice to be around, then yeah, we will definitely kick you out. But we don't kick out based on progress. Let's say you're being too slow, then we're like, no, you're out. No, it doesn't work that way. So yeah.
Okay. And one more thing. How is it to keep up with your deadlines? Do you have second deadline, and there's only one deadline for submission? So
Now there's only one deadline because in
Okay.
the real world, the clients will make plans based on those deadlines. So we don't want to train you to miss them. So there's only one deadline, but you will give you more time to finish when you're really struggling. We'll give you more time, but it will affect your score basically. All right, cool. Yes, Loris, we know it's your birthday in April the 13th. It's fine. And yeah, Jared already is topping the leaderboard, which looks good, but yeah, others haven't started, so we'll see. So yeah, anything else, or are you guys ready to go on and start level 1 now? All right, seems like everybody's ready to go. So there are some students that haven't, and well, they have enrolled, but they haven't enrolled. So we're going to open level 1. You guys can start working on your individual assignments. Then around Wednesday or Thursday, we will now share with you guys the groups that you are in, well, the pairs that you are in, so that you can start working on your pair project as well. But yeah, it looks like everyone is satisfied. And if you do have more questions, please feel free, always pop me a message on the email hello@Melsoft Academy, or Lareth or Loris, or even in the private message to get an even quicker response. So yeah, Theodora has something.
Okay, so when you say when we have more questions, can we ask in contact with the code if we're struggling? We're getting more errors, and we help with
Uh,
that.
oh, sorry, I got a bit distracted there. Sorry,
I
may
was
you please repeat?
saying, if I'm struggling with the code, like getting more errors when on my checkers, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Before we get there, I didn't even ask where we're gonna be checking our codes if we write. Not sure if this is clear. After coding, and then you check if your code is right, if there are errors, which platform
Okay.
is to be used.
Okay, so you're using VS Code to write everything, and then VS Code also has a terminal, so you can
Oh,
use the VS Code terminal. Yeah.
okay. I was asking if you're gonna be helping us with coding. Let's say maybe I'm having an error and I keep having an error, so I can come to you guys.
Yeah, definitely,
Okay.
definitely. So if you have issues with your code, uh, this is why it's also beneficial to be in a boot camp. So you can can send a message and say, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that, but I keep getting this error, I keep getting this. Then your mentor, whoever will be your mentor at that time, will give you guidance to say, try this, try this, try that, try this, try this, try this. There won't be a point where your mentor will give you the actual code and say, paste this code in, because then you're not going to learn. But we'll give you guidance to say, try this, or take these steps. And yeah, we're there to help.
Okay. And me having the same code, like someone's code, like, I mean, the exact code, like where it looks like plagiarism. There's not gonna be any problem with that. Me having the
Nope,
same code as okay.
nope, no such thing. We're all
Great
copy
news.
pasters. We're all copy pasters. There's no plagiarism. So yeah.
This is cool move.
Yeah, because I mean, programming, if you know what to copy and you know what to paste and it works, then that's the job. That's that's how it is. You just have to know what to copy and then what to paste. Then you customize what you have pasted
Okay. And you're
into
gonna
your
be
app.
keeping up to date with the deadlines.
100%. So at the end of the capstone project, the marks will be displayed publicly to say this person did this. So those that didn't submit, then they'll be, I mean, you don't want to be that person. So yeah. Okay. Kenneth had said that he can't open level 0. It always says error 44. Yeah, unfortunately, we have to control the levels from this side at the moment, but should be able to open that for you just now. So yeah. All right. Any other questions? Yes, Jared, they'll show, because I mean the leaderboard is public already, so the marks might as well also just be public. But if you have reservations and you're like, I don't want my stuff to be public, then you can just let us know. Then we can accommodate to that request. But yeah, everyone's marks are public. Yes, Theodora.
Okay, I'm so out of content. You see, there's the link that leads to my portal. I'm not sure if I'm the only one who's not familiar with that, like how to use it and everything, because I'm getting less features and I'm not really understanding if I'm missing something or I'm just cool or, you know.
Okay, so let me open level 0 for you. Level 0 has the explanations on how to go around and how to navigate it. But if you're still having issues, just book a call with me or Loris, and then we can just walk you through everything that you need to know. Yeah. All right. Anyone else? Anything else from anyone? Loris, trying to wrap it up.
All right, fantastic. It seems like we are now all ready to start our coding journeys, continue for some. As a sort of end of the meeting and just what we're going to be reiterating throughout your journeys, we are here to help you guys. We are here to make sure that you are going to become the person that you want to become. And so feel free at any moment to give us texts on the learning platforms, give us calls in the middle of the night. We already received some already. It's not new. And I just want to wish you all the best in your coding journeys. I just want to let you know that you taking this step, you're already better than 95% of the rest of the people who decided not to do anything. So congratulations for that. And we'll be talking more and more in the next meetings. Have a good afternoon, have a lovely day, and the rest of the week. Cheers. Bye.